Hello friends, and welcome to your October TarotScopes with me, Intuitive Rene. I haven't done TarotScopes in a while, not the month ahead ones anyway. I have been sort of trying to figure out, I'm not a marketing guru, and I've been trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work and what everybody's looking for. So I tried a couple of things over September. I actually think I started the month before that. I started playing around with a couple of ideas and trying out different things and seeing what worked for you and seeing what gelled. And it seems like the monthly TarotScopes were really missed. So I decided to bring them back. I tried doing weekly TarotScopes, but a typed up version, a video version. I tried all sorts of things. I've been doing all sorts of experiments behind the scenes. And yeah, it looks like we're going to stick with the norm. So we're going back to our monthly TarotScopes. And I do hope that you are glad to see them, as I am glad to be recording them again. And I do hope that you enjoy, and I do hope that it gives you the guidance, the insight, the motivation and the enthusiasm that you need for the month ahead. So we're looking at the month of October. It is just crazy that we're looking at the month of October. It is like, I don't know where this year has gone. I sort of blinked for a minute and poof, it's gone. Absolutely crazy. I am going into what I call my busy season of the year. October, November, December, January are always the busiest times. And I do try and take a little bit of time off over December as well. And again, just having those thoughts is it's mind-blowing. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. But anyway, we are here to look at the month of October. So what I'm going to be doing, I have written out, I'm going to keep the readings a little bit shorter than usual, just so that it makes it easier for me to get through them all, because otherwise I have to clear like 3 days of my diary, and there's too many people who need their one-on-ones with me to be able to do that. So I'm keeping the readings a little bit shorter. I'm also hoping that it's going to be more relevant. I'm hoping it's going to be more appropriate, relevant, and sort of to the point, because let's be honest, not only am I busy, but you're busy too, and you don't necessarily have, you know, an hour to sit back and watch a video, as much as that would be amazing, but we have to be real. So I'm going to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. I'm going to be using 3 decks to do the TarotScopes for the month of October. The tarot deck that I've chosen to use is one of my absolute favorites. This is the Field Tarot. What I love about this deck is the artwork. I find the artwork is beautiful, but I also find that this deck speaks quite a hard truth. You know, it does have all the good feelings and stuff, but it's actually quite to the point. And because I'm looking to do to the point kind of readings, the Field Tarot works well. And anytime I'm doing client readings, I find I'm reaching for this deck more and more often, because it caters to everybody. It caters to everybody's likes and dislikes, and it just, to me, it seems to be pretty amazing. So I'm going to be working with the Field Tarot. The Oracle deck that I'm going to be working with is the Goddess Dream Oracle. Beautiful deck. And I do think it gives me what I need in an oracle deck. I don't need an oracle deck to give me too much information. I need a pretty picture, I need a key phrase and a keyword, and that's all I need. And this particular deck gives us exactly that. So Goddess Dream I'll be working with. And then I am very excited to use this month. I have not used this on my channel before. This deck was created by a beautiful soul, a friend of mine, a local, somebody from the KZN coast of South Africa, and she created this deck called Choosing Positivity. I do have a walkthrough of it on my channel, so if you want more information on it, do go and check that out. But I thought it would be actually quite nice to draw a card from this deck for each sign of the zodiac, to just see, you know, I am such a positivity advocate. I love joy, I love positivity, all of those kind of things. So I thought, let's try it out and see how it works. So I'm not going to babble on for much longer. Friends, you know what you need to do. If you enjoy the video, if you find it useful, helpful, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. Gosh, as some people say, smash that subscribe button. Please don't do that. I don't want you breaking any equipment. No phones, no tablets, no computers broken in the process, please. But yes, do please subscribe, hit that notifications bell, so that every time I do release content, you are first to get notified. And the other thing that I'm going to be doing this month is for those members of my motivated and activated tiers on the YouTube channel, they're going to get an extra reading as well. So there's going to be an individual reading for each sign of the zodiac plus a bonus reading for my motivated and activated channel members. So friends, I look forward to seeing you at your zodiac. Hello and welcome, Gemini. Welcome to your October TarotScopes. I have already shuffled and laid out the cards just to save you the torture of watching me shuffle, and just so that we can also get straight into the reading and see what the month ahead has in store for you. So let's do just that. Gemini, we're going to start off with the Choosing Positivity card, and this is going to lay down your theme for the month ahead. So the theme for October 2022. Gemini, it says, spend time in nature connecting to the beauty around you. Take a walk or sit in the garden, on the bench, or in a park. Choose to switch off from distractions and focus your attention on the beauty that surrounds you. Really observe and listen to what it has to offer, and notice how by being present in nature, it helps you to calm your busy mind. And I think, you know, for us here in the Southern Hemisphere, we are going into spring, or we are in spring. So it's the perfect time to go and spend some time in nature. We've all been in hibernation for quite some time. And Gemini, we know how sociable you guys are. We know how much you like interacting and engaging with other people. So make that a point. Make a point during the month of October to do that, to go and spend time in nature, to just connect with the beauty that's around you, okay? Make it a point, and it's going to be interesting to see how the tarot collects or relates to that message. But I do think it's a really, really important one for you. You know, it's also about changing. I find for myself especially, is that if I'm focusing and concentrating for a long period of time, in other words, if my view in front of me hasn't changed in a while, I actually lose brain capacity. And getting up and going for a little walk, even if it is just a 2-minute walk outside, suddenly just that different vision or different view in front of my face almost tells the brain, hold a second, pay attention, wake up, wake up, wake up. And that's the feeling that I'm getting with you, Gemini, is that it's important during the month to not be so monotonous and so robotic in all that we're doing. Let's actually notice what's going on around us. Let's be mindful of looking out the window, looking out the door, and getting out there and connecting with the beautiful nature that we have around us. All right, so Gemini, very interesting theme for the month ahead. We're going to start with this card over here. And Gemini, this is the card that's going to tell you what was the lesson that you learned in the month of September. So what did September teach you? And you've got the Ace of Swords, which is the card of clarity. So that's telling you that you spent the month of September very much in your mind, very much in your thoughts, thinking, strategizing, analyzing, overthinking, okay? And possibly focusing and concentrating. It's so interesting, my story around changing your view, changing your you know, the image of what's right in front of you, and how it engages the mind and makes the mind think clearer and think better. So it looks like September, you were very much caught up in your mind and trying to sift through all the thoughts and sift through all the ideas and sift through everything that's going on around you. And you might have found that you were planning and strategizing quite a lot during the month of September. And now Spirit is saying, instead of trying to do that again, rather change your perspective, change your viewpoint as to what you're seeing around you, so that you can be thinking clearer, thinking better to actually handle things the way that they need to. All right, so Gemini, I'm going to ignore this card for now. I'll come back to that card at the end of the reading. I'm going to come down to these three over here. And these three are going to give us the details and the specifics of what October is all about for you, based on our theme of spending time in nature, connecting to the beauty all around you. So the three cards that I have across the bottom, this is what you need to avoid, this is what you need to embrace, and this is what you need to pursue during the month of October. So Gemini, let's have a look. What should you be avoiding during the month of October? And it's telling you to avoid choices. You know why? I love this. I actually, sorry, just going to put the card straight down. What I love about this, Gemini, and especially that it's what you should avoid. Avoid choices, because we've already had that. We've already had that experience. Last month, you were very much in your head about the thinking and the strategy and the I should, maybe, what if, how, all of those kind of things. And that's done. This month, we need to be out. We need to be connecting with nature. We need to be communing with nature. We need to be engaging with nature. So there are no decisions, there are no choices. Avoid them this month because you're not really good at making them at the moment, okay? If you are forced, if you are in a situation where you have to make a decision, where you have to make a choice, then go out into nature. Go out into nature and make your decision there. Go and sit on a bench with a pen and paper, write about it, write it out, but look around you and let nature be your guide, okay? But avoid being pushed into a corner in making choices and decisions. October is not the month for you to be making those kind of choices and those kind of decisions. It's very important, okay? So Gemini, stay away from any choices, and if you have to make a choice, make sure that you do it somehow connected to and with nature. Very, very interesting. All right. Then we have the next card, which is what you should embrace. So what should you look forward to grabbing and holding on to and embracing during the month of October? And the card that we have for you, I just love all this art, the colors. This deck is just amazing. It's the 10 of discs. Let me not get sidetracked by the pretty. It is the 10 of discs, and its key phrase is establishment. And I think this is, again, I'm going to call it the natural establishments, all right? Not corporate establishments, natural establishments. It's about recognizing, seeing, and what did I do? I appreciated the beauty. And that's exactly what the card or your theme for the month is. It's about appreciating the beauty. It's about acknowledging what you see directly in front of you and using it to help you. The 10 of discs is also the card of legacy. It's the card that says to you, you've got to understand that the things you do today, you and your family will benefit from in the future, okay? So it's a card that says to you, make sure that your actions today you will be proud of in the future, in times to come. So when it talks about establishment, it's about establishing yourself, re-establishing your foundations, your rules, your bases, what matters and what doesn't matter. But it's also about recognizing that this is not the time to be making those decisions, not the time to be making those choices, but it is the time to be focusing on your establishment. Like, who are you? What are you? What is your legacy that you are leaving? And how is it connected to natural order of life? Okay, natural order of life. And finally, our next card along is what you need to pursue. So what do you need to be looking for in the month of October? You know what? I have no words. I have absolutely no words. It's just love. And let me just clarify here, Gemini. First of all, we know that Geminis, I'm thinking about the plural of Gemini. Geminis are very sociable, lovable, generous, kind, caring, considerate individuals. And when this is saying to you to pursue love, we're not talking about new relationships. We're talking about love within your existing relationships, the establishment of love in existing relationships. It's not about choice. You've already made your choices. You already made your choices when it comes to emotions, when it comes to love. But it is about spending time in nature, connecting to the beauty around you, the beauty that is your family, the people who matter most to you. So when we talk about pursuing love, Gemini, it's basically saying to you that you need to, everything that you do this month needs to be centered around spending time outside with those that matter most to you, and just noticing the beauty around you. You know, we have a situation, or I imagine all of us do this, that the people we live with, the people in our homes, we don't notice how beautiful they are every single day. There's very few people who are like that. So maybe this is Spirit sort of saying to you that make a conscious effort to acknowledge how important and significant your family are, how beautiful they are, and how much they mean to you, and let them know, communicate and express that in a big way. All right, we have got one tarot card left, Gemini, and this is a tarot card with just additional message from Spirit, just anything else that Spirit wants you to know for the month of October. And we have perspective. It's like putting everything into perspective. understanding what's important, understanding what's not important, understanding who is important in your life and who is not important in your life. Perspective is the card that says to you, you know, don't take anything at face value. Dig a little bit deeper. Look a little bit further, look a little bit harder, look a little bit beyond. And I see perspective here when we talk about, you know, your establishments, your legacies, the foundation of who you are. We've got yellow and we've got all these different colors, but they seem to shift and change and morph, and you know, the perspective is different no matter how you're looking at it. And when you turn it around, you can just see the perspective shifts all the time. So perspective is basically saying to you, take nothing at face value. All right, dig a little bit deeper, but this is why it's important to change your scenery, to change what's right in front of you. Move outside and go and see what's happening out there. Go and see and appreciate the beauty that nature has to offer you, because that will help you to put all your thinking into perspective. But this is not a month to be making any big decisions. All right, Gemini, please understand that. Okay, we have one card left. And this card is from the Goddess Dream Oracle. And let's just see what message it has and how it ties in with everything that we have already covered. Acceptance, the cycle of life. You know what? I love that for you. I really do. So acceptance and the cycle of life. You know, sometimes you've got to understand your cycle. Where are you at in your cycle of life? This is not the time to be making choices and decisions. And here we've got cycles going round and round, reminding you that love is the only thing that matters. Avoid making choices and decisions, because this is about just recognizing that the cycle of where we're at. I started off this reading, when I looked at that card, I started off this reading by saying to you how we are in the spring season. And, you know, it's important to recognize it's just the cycle of life. And even though it's spring and it's beautiful outside for us in the southern hemisphere, you know, all the flowers are coming to life, the trees are coming to life. But isn't that also just we accept? You can't change it. You can't do anything about it. You have no choice in the matter. All right. You just have to accept the place where you are, but look at it differently, get a different perspective on your situation to understand the basis of your establishment, of your foundation, and where your love grows from. So as a final reminder, Gemini, spend time in nature, connecting to the beauty around you. Take a walk or sit in the garden, on the bench or in a park. Choose to switch off from distractions and focus your attention on the beauty that surrounds you. Really observe and listen to what it has to offer, and notice how being present in nature helps to calm your busy mind. And that is exactly what this reading is all about for you. So Gemini, I do wish you an amazing month of October. You know what you need to do. You know what you mustn't be doing. Take care of yourself, look after yourself, enjoy the time out in nature at this glorious time of the year. As always, with love and blessings, from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care.